across North America. People love him. You can ask him questions about literally any subject that you can think of, and he knows the answers to everything. So, are you guys ready to start asking some questions? Woo! Give it up for Vinny and VinnyPedia.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Vinny. This is VinnyPedia. Don't mind me, I just got out of the shower. So, I'm an expert. I'm an analyst. I'm an expert analyst. If anybody has a topic they've ever been curious about, I'm here to answer your questions. Please, the floor is open. The floor is yours. Please yell out the topic. Yes, oh yes, you don't even have to raise your hand.
How do you make marshmallows?
Ah, marshmallows! Excellent question. The first marshmallow was invented by the Egyptians. There was a hieroglyphic discovered in one of the great tombs, the tomb of Akhenaten. He had a picture of an eagle with a puffy cylinder. And that puffy cylinder was the first documented marshmallow. They used some cats, some sugar, some palm fronds, and water from the Nile, extruded it through a stone carving shaped as a cylinder, and there you have it, the world's first marshmallow. Nowadays, marshmallows come from a very industrialized process. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of just like petroleum byproduct, and just a lot of air, it's mostly air. And now they're commonly associated with campfires, small children's snacks, and s'mores. S'mores, tangential, if I may have an aside for a moment, s'mores were invented by General Theodore H. S'more. And then it was retrofitted to be like, oh, I would like s'more. But no, it was the name. So there you go. I hope that answers your question about marshmallows. Yes. If anybody else has, yeah, oh yes.
What is the best kind of dog, objectively?
Objectively, there have been several studies performed on the best dog. We have several criteria we can use. The first criteria is obedience. The first of all obedient dogs is the German Shepherd. Mostly because it is German. No, don't groan, it is true. The Germans are very disciplined people, and their dogs are equally disciplined. You can have a German Shepherd stand at attention for 14 hours straight. It will not bark, unless you ask it to, and it will. Second objective criteria for a dog is cuddliness. And now, several people have tried to measure cuddliness. It is a difficult thing to pin down. If you have a dog in your lap, that is one form of cuddliness. If you have a dog snuggled up next to you in bed, that is a second kind of cuddliness. However, the most researched type of cuddliness on a dog is the kind that sits under the table and looks at you begging for scraps. Which you might not consider cuddliness, however, in the dog science community, they do. And this is well known to be the poodle's domain. They are furry, they are fuzzy, they have very big eyes, like a baby's. In fact, several people have poodles as babies. Not humans giving birth to poodles. That is a whole other topic I won't get into now. However, if you have a poodle under your table looking for scraps, well, there you have it, the cuddliest kind. And then, as an all-around, kind of in a general layman's terms, I don't want to get too scientific on you guys, but the cuddliest dog, just overall, if I had to give like a single answer, would also be the German Shepherd, mostly for its discipline. Because when you are in bed and cuddling, what you need is a disciplined cuddle. You don't want someone lying around rolling a dog half on the bed, the dog going to get some water. No, you need a disciplined dog who will cuddle until you are done with the cuddle. And so a well-regimented cuddle is the German Shepherd's domain. Yes? Excellent. Oh, we have a question for you. Yes.
All right. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
I always get this question. People trying to trip me up with the sound of one hand clapping. It's quite simple. However, the sound of two hands clapping Some people mistake it for this. No, this is actually invented not by the Egyptians, you thought it was, but by the Mesopotamians. Now the Mesopotamians lived in what is commonly known as Iraq today, and they applauded not because they witnessed something excellent, but just because they witnessed something, as they had a 90% blind at birth rate. And so if you could see, you'd clap, and then all the blind people in your family would be like, ah, young Sepafata has seen something. Sepafata being the most common family name. The longest sustained applause, the sounds of two hands clapping as we commonly understand it, was at a concert for U2 in 2009, where Bono announced that he was going to become an African. It generated a spontaneous standing ovation that lasted 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 12 seconds. You can watch the YouTube video of it, just Google it. So, I hope I answered your question. Yes, yes.
How many hours of sleep do we actually need a night?
This is a tricky one. How many hours of sleep does one person need in a night? The common answer, 8 hours. The uncommon answer, 1 hour. Why is that uncommon? Because it is not enough. If you have 8 hours, you will do okay. If you have 7 hours, you'll be fine, but you might feel it after a sustained period. 6 hours, you will definitely feel it within a couple days. 5 hours, the very next day you will feel it. 4 hours, you feel it immediately. 3 hours, you wish you were dead. 2 hours, you start to like wet yourself and hallucinate. Only 1 hour of sleep, you actually can get by on this. Some people have a REM cycle, which is when your brain pattern of sleep is. Have a REM cycle of 1 hour. It has been documented. But this goes back to our ancient ancestors, where dolphins only sleep with half their hemispheres at a time, and they can also do that for 1 hour at a time, which means if you can sleep for 1 hour, somewhere in your background, they fuck the dolphin. That's just the truth. Sorry, so if that happens to you, I'm sorry to break it to you that way. Yes, we have a question.
How do spiders stick to walls?
How do spiders stick to walls? Spiders, one, they have the adaptation where they have 8 legs. If you and I try to stick to a wall, we only have 4 limbs with which to do it. A 5th if we use our head, a 6th if we are male. To try to stick to a wall, it is simply not enough. One, we have a size issue. We do not. A spider, a human size, would not stick to a wall. They have little hooks on their feet, which are magnetic. Also, they are sticky, and they just have this like a strong force. There are 4 forces. There's gravity, the electromagnetic, the weak, and the strong. It's not a joke. That is real. They use the strong nuclear force, which also governs beta decay in certain elements. And when a spider is close to a wall, they become radioactive, which also became this basis for the comic book Spider-Man. And so when you approach the wall, you become the spider, you being the spider, of course, you become slightly radioactive. A proton and a photon are emitted, and you adhere to the wall 8 times. Using sensitive cameras, you can detect when the spider is walking. It's like a rave. So many beautiful photons. It's quite stunning. If you ever get a chance with a scanning electron microscope to look at a spider walking, do it. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Why is it called General Tao Chicken?
Why is it called General Tao Chicken? These, again, a common misconception that there was a General Tao. That is not true. Once upon a time, there was just Tao chicken, like the meditative Tao. To understand the understanding of chicken. Once you had understood chicken, you could have the Tao chicken. But in the early days, they only understood certain aspects of the chicken, very specific parts of the chicken. But now, with current technology, we have a general Tao of chicken. So now you understand why we eat it. Yes.
Can you explain ghosts?
Ghosts! They don't exist. Next time.
Should the toilet paper go over the roller?
Should the toilet paper go over the roll or under the roll? Well, if you have any pets, or children, or things that play with rolls of toilet paper. Putting it over the top will rapidly demonstrate why you don't do that, because you are out a roll of toilet paper. Instantly. You are out. I don't know, what does it cost in your country? $14, $17 a roll of toilet paper? Very expensive. Do not do that. So if you put it under the roll of toilet paper, yes, there is a marginal cost to actually obtaining the roll of toilet paper. However, you do protect yourself from invaders who would try to ruin your roll of toilet paper. If you do not have children, pets, or any other such type of being, or ghost, who would try to abuse your roll of toilet paper, you may put it over the top and save yourself, over the course of a year, this is true, you would save yourself an hour of your day, not an hour over the course of a year, by not having to reach that extra distance. So if this is the front of the roll of toilet, and this is the back of the roll, you reach the front, you have to travel the extra distance to reach the back, an hour! That's a lot. That's up. So if you can save that time, do so. Next question. Oh, at the back, yes.
Neapolitan ice cream. The 3 flavors. Where does this come from?
Yes! Aha! Well, the Neapolitan is a city in Italy. When they first invented ice cream, back then it was called gelato, you had several flavors of ice cream. And one man, I believe it was Giuseppe von Trapp, he had several flavors of ice cream, but only one container left. And his solution remains with us to this very day. Strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. Though some cases it is strawberry, then the vanilla, then the chocolate. And that is the European convention, which we're used to. Much like the month, day, year thing. Don't get me started on that. But yes, they're different, and you can tell a lot about a culture by how it orders its Neapolitan ice cream. For instance, if it is vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, then you know that it is pale red chocolate, which signifies first the sun, then the pink, the blood and flesh of mankind, then brown, the grit of the earth. And they have a monotheistic society. If it is chocolate, then the strawberry, then the vanilla, then you can see that the brown is the earth, the people live under it, the flesh, the pink, and then underneath is the white, the purity and sanctity. These are the mole people who live under it. But beware if you see that, you may reverse the box and then have a monotheistic society. I feel I have time for one more question, yes.
Did Courtney Love kill Kurt Cobain?
Did Courtney Love kill Kurt Cobain? Now, this is interesting. First, the frontman from Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, was a very popular musician. He was found dead in his attic, having shot himself with a rifle. Now, several conspiracy theorists, first of all, using clues left around. First, the note, written in Courtney Love's hand, big clue. 2, several eyewitnesses watched her killing Kurt Cobain. 2, 3, Kurt Cobain recorded testimony saying, please someone help me, Courtney Love may kill me. 4, Courtney Love going on Leno and saying, I shot Kurt Cobain. And 5, just a general suspicious look in her eyes. Look in her eyes, folks. But secondarily, not entirely unsurprisingly, that occurred in Seattle. At the exact same hour, in an apartment in Manhattan, a taxi driver by the name of Kurt S. Cobain was shot by his girlfriend, Courtney Q. Love, at the exact same time. Coincidence? Probably. Well, thank you guys for coming.